What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Starlight Digest, a podcast bringing you line talk and digesting Star Wars topics over 1,000 years. This is episode 155, being recorded on April 13th, 2022. I am your host, Darth Moocher, and I got Scott Solo here with me.
What's up, nerds?
Got Bootleg Joe.
Hey, yo.
Grand Admiral Franz.
What's up, everybody?
And hot off the Fallen Fett Chronicles, Ernie the Fallen Fett.
How you doing?
Superstar.
He's all amped up on Monster and Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Ready to rock.
Just sits in that chair and just goes live just constantly. It's great.
Yeah, I need a new chair. Do you?
Today, well, not today, but this week marks our 5th year anniversary of doing this show.
What?
So 5 years
long time.
to the day. Well, it was actually like April 17th is when our first show launched, but we recorded a couple days earlier. If you guys remember, we broke down the Last Jedi trailer.
I totally remember. I remember not being there.
Yeah. Scott wasn't a fan. He just discovered Star Wars back then.
Yeah, it was all new.
But we brought him in. We brought him in.
Yeah. We brought it. We found him. We plucked him from the talent pool that was out there.
Wow, that was not a very deep pool.
Give him a haircut, give him a bath,
Never
right.
said that. Yeah.
and now look at him.
Housed him.
And he's still getting
none
haircuts.
None of us know how to swim, so it was at the shallow end.
Oh,
That's right.
We were just all there.
And you
Right.
still had to throw me a life raft. It was
Yeah.
Well, I thought that was a very cool milestone marker for us to actually like be still friends after 5 years of doing this and arguing and all that stuff, and it's just fantastic. I love it. So
R.I.P. Family Mike.
yeah,
Yeah.
some members come, some
Well,
members,
Mike doesn't like us that much, I guess.
I guess.
I like us. But anyway,
I think we're neat.
I'm just
I
here for
think
a paycheck. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in the wrong podcast.
It's coming. It's coming. It's on the way.
Speaking of paycheck, let's shout out our Patreons. Listen, anybody who's feels so inclined, their link is in the description below. But Scott right now is going to give a special shout out to everybody who gives us money to do this.
What a fantastic segue. It's like you're a professional. I'm impressed. Thank you to all of our Patreon patrons. We really appreciate you. And without you, I wouldn't be able to get this haircut. I mean,
That's right.
just right. So yeah,
Fantastic Sam's on you.
thanks guys. So if you log on to patreon.com/the Sarlacc Digest podcast and drop us a penny or two, we'd really appreciate it. Special shout out to Cliff, Don and Brady of the Escape Pod podcast on the Red 5 Network, Flavy Davy, formerly of the Nerds with Attitude podcast, Don the Dad, Dorn, Justin the Vanilla Thunder. I'm going to start doing that voice again.
As soon as you get to Justin, that's it.
I know. Well, it's the
It
Vanilla
goes on.
Thunder thing, no, it's actually whenever I get to my father-in-law, when I get to Don the Dad, Dorn, I
it's
just kind of want to
gets
throw
in
it up.
You
I
get in the
do.
character.
Get in the groove. Justin the Vanilla Thunder, Mervine, Gavin Connor of the Holy Hour Podcast, Crystal Lamphere, Brandon and Anya Epler, and AJ from the Forbidden Panel. Thanks, everybody.
Nice. Thank you very much. Again, the link is in the description below if you guys feel so inclined. But Scott,
Yes.
continue with that announcer voice and check in with the pit.
All right. This Wednesday, coming at you live from the Sarlacc Digest podcast. We've got Santo 1414, Arizona Toy Hunters Guild, Mando Mike, Miss Sunflower, Plastic Predicament, Matt Logic 44, Geo the Hut. Thanks everybody for showing up.
All right. And everybody who's going to join us this evening, you're welcome. Let's get your comments and everything. Before we get started, I do have a question, and I don't want you guys to answer. I want the pit this answer first, too. So.
Oh.
How many forms of communication does C-3PO speak? We
We got to give them a second because they are on a bit of a delay.
They are at a delay.
Yeah.
So do we have to? Oh, we're going to see their answers. Yeah,
We're going to see their answers in chat there. I want to start throwing these out and start
Oh
preparing people.
man, we
because
argue
of
this
our-
one all the time because the
We
trivia
do.
one is not always the one we want to say.
That's right. But I want to get everybody prepared because May 4th is our trivia night. We're doing a live trivia night at the local bar down here. They're called The Social. And also we will be premiering a no plastic.
It is. Wow. Wow.
We also will be a trivia show that you guys could follow along with too. So
This is it. It's our event. Oh, God, no, I'm not going to do that again. Social and the Sarlacc Digest podcast, Wednesday, May 4, 2022. Oh, my God. How many 20s did I throw in there? At 7 p.m. There we go. The Social
Nice.
Beer and Wine Bar. It is a 21 and up venue, though, folks. So
Yes.
don't bring your kids. We don't want them there.
We don't want them there.
Yeah.
But it's a toy drive.
It's a
But
toy
it's a
drive.
toy drive.
And it's Star Wars, but we don't want no kids there.
We are so
right.
hypocritical with our
What just happened? It all fell apart right there on live on the show.
exactly.
What were we
exactly.
thinking?
Well, we do have an answer here in Matt Logic with this over 6. No, that's wrong.
No, that is wrong.
That
Yep.
is wrong.
Yep.
The
The number is right. I mean, the numerical number.
There you
right
go.
is like
Geo the Hut with over 6 million.
6 million forms of
communication.
communication.
So,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we've had that in line where we've argued between 3 and 6.
yeah.
Right? I know we've had that argument in line.
Yeah. We actually that question will not be on our trivia this year, but it has been on the past 3 times that we put it on there, and a lot of people do get it wrong because I think there's a discrepancy somewhere between either the book or the actual the movies, right? There's a discrepancy why we think 3 billion or 3 million. 6
He says it
billion.
more than once throughout the
Yeah.
movie,
I
so
think
I'm
it
sure at
changed.
some point it's like less in.
Yeah.
Maybe he
so-
says it in Phantom Menace, and I don't remember, and he says it there, and then he's
Yeah.
more obviously when he says it in Episode 4.
I was going with the new.
Not
book
if you
version,
round
so-
up, buddy.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
round up.
Not if you round up. That would be awesome if 3PO came up with that line too, right? You know, I
Right.
thought you it's like 5.6. No, not if you round up.
Where do you think the 3 comes from? The
Uh,
books?
I don't know if it was books or was it in the. Did they say it somewhere? We
Or
all
is
know
this
it's
a
6.
Mandela effect?
Might be a Mandela effect
there it
type
is.
thing.
Oh,
There it
no.
is.
It's like Luke, I am your father.
Yep.
No.
I'm on to the
You think maybe it was when he was saying the odds?
for
The odds are 3,720.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
Never tell me the odds.
And that's not
Mandela-
Mandela effect. That's just fact.
the fluent question was when
Fluent
he was
over
getting
6.
bought, right?
Yes.
I'm fluent in over 6 million forms of communication. Can
Yeah.
readily.
And like
That's
Randall
right.
Wright
Shut
says,
up.
question
Shutting
is
up,
how
sir.
much over? What is the exact number of languages he speaks? I need to know that.
Oh, jeez. Don't put that
Oh, yeah,
challenge
yeah,
to
so-
Mando
and
Mike.
then-
He will look it up.
Of course, Cliff, but apparently only the Sith language he can't say out loud. So does he speak it? I mean,
That's
you
a
can take
rule.
that away from
He,
him, right?
he speaks 6,000,001.
There
but
you
he
go. That's
can't-
over.
Say that one. Yeah.
That's over. Thank you, Matt Logic, for that. So, yeah, that was fun. Again, get warmed up on that because May 4th, we will be dropping a show with Star Wars trivia, and also we'll be doing our event on that night, too. So, trivia is always fun. You know, it's something that's always part of us. Even when we get in the line together, we'll start to quiz each other just random, out loud, not even like bring a pursuit or whatever with us. We'll just start quizzing each other because it's fun.
Yeah. But if we really want to piss each other off, we bring a trivia game with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
It gets vicious. So
it does.
I mean, either it's fun or we're just nerds. I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's all immediately where the talk goes to.
Both.
So
We are 44 days away from Kenobi.
yes,
Something
Blech.
else. Something else. Stranger Things 4 drops on May 7th too. Also, so
well, that's
that
going to
looks
have to take a
crazy.
back seat. So.
yeah, but I think that we're definitely gonna have to do a Beyond the Pit on Stranger Things. But
Okay.
again, that's nerd talk Beyond the Pit.
See, the fact that Stranger Things, it wasn't a secret that it was coming out that day, right? It was already there. The fact that they moved Kenobi to meet up with Stranger Things without fear means that they moved it for celebration. It
Right.
wasn't to get away from Miss Marvel or give her space or anything like that. It was something for celebration because Star Wars would have killed it on Disney Plus fine on Wednesday. There is going to be a little bit of competition, at least for some eyes right up front. I don't know when they look at it or what time they want to, or how the ratings go or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, there is people be binging some of these shows. They might be binging Stranger Things that day.
That's true.
It's weird that to
That's
go
true.
up against something bigger.
Yeah. Miss Sunflower, welcome to the chat. Is asking, did we apply for the celebration lotteries? Are you talking about like the panels like they usually have where you have to sign up for so for example, I think it's Saturday
What's the lottery?
Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, Mandalorian panel is there. So do you have to sign up for a lottery to get picked to go into the showroom? I think that's what she's referring to.
I think it's actually the lottery to buy the Funko Pops, the Hasbro stuff. It's
or
the
merchandise.
lottery
Oh, she's saying
to get the
yes.
merchandise.
So
There was a lottery to get the Funko Pops. Well, I might not be paying attention to anything.
I haven't seen anything at all on it, so but I haven't been paying attention.
I know
It's
the
been a
figures.
rough week.
I know the ones that are coming out, but it's like I haven't seen anything about any kind of stuff. We put in to be on panels and to do a podcast and to be media, and we got a big fat nuh-uh.
yeah, we got a
They said who?
A what?
we got a thank you but no letter. I mean, is that
No, I got that from Palpatine once. That was a nice one. That was a better thank you, but no. That was like the most polite no ever.
That's right.
Well, Miss Sunflower, I only use social media, so I also didn't see anything for that either. So
Usually it's at Celebration that
know.
you have. Like, I mean, in the past,
Well,
I don't know how
everything's
they're doing
changed.
it now.
right, yeah. But I'm with Scott. I haven't known the exclusives. And Chris, what do you know the exclusives from? Leaks or what?
Yeah, well, they've been showing them, and some of the figures, the Funkos have been coming out. They have like a lot of the original Farm Boy Luke. Because I was kind of cracking on, you know what? When I stopped collecting was during the episode 2 time frame when they released Farm Boy Luke, and I was like, you know what? That's my 87th Luke. I don't need him anymore, and that's when I stopped collecting.
Right.
So I kind of laughed when I saw, oh no, it's Farm Boy Luke and Funko. My 500 deep, and I'm like done now because I've got my 87th Luke again.
Yeah.
No, I'm not done this time.
I do want to ask Miss Sunflower if you've got a link, feel free to share it. We'd love to click on it and see what it's all about, and we can share it with our people.
Help us, Miss Sunflower. You're our only hope.
Is there anybody
Until
we
after
have
the
to?
show.
Is there anybody we have to jump? Is there a certain one that you're looking for, Chris?
Oh no,
'Cause I figure that Funko's going to be the craziest, of course.
No, and you know what? And they're going to be shared exclusives. I'm not huge on stickers. I'll be able to get the special edition ones and pull them out. The box. That'd be cool.
Okay.
More
awesome.
or less
Thank
the
you,
packaging.
Yeah, if there's big old lines there, which I know there'll be,
right?
I ain't gonna be up in them.
Yeah.
I'd rather go around, cruise, and mingle than sit in line for a Funko for 8 hours that I'll find online for.
And also, whatever links that we will get, or so we will definitely share, of course, into our Facebook page, our Star Wars Central page that we have, all our social medias too. So we'll make sure that everybody in the pit gets that's going and stuff. Yeah, Ernie.
Also, if we can share out with each other too, when somebody has received their tickets in the mail.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, please send us a DM, because it was 6 days ago was the last post that Celebration has a post of.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the last day to purchase tickets because they're going to be mailed to you.
Right.
So trying to keep an eye out, like, to make sure,
Yeah. Because this day and age, physical tickets, we don't know what to do with those anymore.
I know, right?
Like,
right.
I
find it so strange. And that's why
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Again, right. That's why, again, I'm repeating it because, you guys gotta bring your physical tickets, which is so strange.
Everybody has to check their real mail and look at the envelopes and all
What's
that kind of
all
stuff.
about?
Right. That's what I'm
Where's the
saying.
app?
It's so
It's not a package. Like not from Amazon or eBay.
How do I open the mail on this?
Yeah, well, what do you do?
What is this?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So if we start hearing, because again, and I think Matt Logic, I don't know if you're referring to the panel that I just said, the Mandalorian panel. Was that, if that's Thursday, if that's what you're referring to, then I don't know.
Yeah, he was sending me a message last week when we were talking about who was going to be there and what they were. It was kind of at that same time that night of Filoni and Favreau. They're going to be there. And
Mandalorian panel. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, we did get a photo op for the group, for us, with Mr. Palpatine, Emperor Palpatine, Ian McDermott. We are going to go get our photo taken with
We
Ian.
got a polite no to be on the show, but he can't stop us from paying $185 to go see him.
That's right.
Take that.
Is there time to get my Sith robes from Disney to be?
Absolutely.
Yes. The answer is yes.
So
you will talk to us, damn it. We're going to record it and put it on the
make
show
sure
like we
have-
interviewed you.
Make sure you have his email that he declined us. And
have him autograph it.
Explain this.
We just gotta go. We gotta go live right there. We gotta go live when we're in there with him, asking him like 3 questions, like "How you doing?" That's our,
That's awesome.
Ian McDermott doing fine.
I think there was there's a bad. I remember it was a Bad Batch panel the Mandalorian panel. Of course, there's going to be a Kenobi panel. You know, I don't know if Ewan McGregor or Hayden Christensen, if they're confirmed to be going. I don't know.
Oh, dude, it's the day they. Yeah, there's no way they're not. Yeah.
I've been surprised. I've been shocked and surprised before about like, why aren't you doing this? You know what I mean? So,
I'm pretty sure George Lucas is there because he directed episodes 1 and 2. That's why they're showing him that day, and he'll be there.
Yeah,
and that's going to be our big surprise at the end. Is directed by George Lucas.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Right?
Did I tell you that already?
Oh,
Ernie's like, oh crap.
Yeah, this celebration is going to be off the chain.
Whoa,
it is, man. Yeah. So
they're going to start off with some corny. Hey, did you see anything cool today?
Yeah,
it's their first line opening up.
Yeah, you didn't fix the Inquisitor's head. That's the big thing. You didn't fix it. You had all this time. You knew it was up. Even there was an article of Rupert Friend discussing his role as the Grand Inquisitor, and then the guy who wrote the article was saying the controversial, appearance of the Grand Inquisitor versus Rebels appearance stuff. So it's out there. I mean, they cannot. If they're just going to ignore it, which I think they are.
But again, the people that care about that are the people that watch Rebels, and the people that watch Rebels are a minority.
That's very true, man. Again,
minority.
We'll just chalk up the stylization.
No, right? They shouldn't be. But you look at the animation in Rebels, and you look at what they did to Anakin, the animation on Anakin and Yoda, and you think, you can't really get all that angry with their interpretations of the characters because Yoda looked like some kind of weird green hobo. He didn't look like he didn't look like Yoda at all.
Yoda looked horrible, but Vader was one of the best Vaders.
Oh
possible.
Vader that was cool.
Ridiculous in Rebels.
Yeah,
your dogs are going nuts over there.
Okay, I was just gonna say, pardon me while I.
Love it, dude.
Whoa.
Visually for
Chris,
the audio
you weren't muted.
You can't hear
anything
anymore,
else.
Though. Nope.
Nope.
Everybody shut up. We even shut up. We're like, all right, we're done.
Well, thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yeah.
It was muted, right?
No.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, don't clap.
No, we were.
Right.
Miss Sunshine, what panels are you guys attending? Well, I want to attend as many as I can, and I know from past celebrations I couldn't because it fills up very fast, and like you said, the lottery system sucks. A lot of times I will wait until I see it on YouTube that evening, right? Because it's always recorded and broadcast, and of course they have their closed circuit channel also that's going to be broadcasted too. So I don't feel like I'm going to miss anything, but I'm going to try. I mean, I'd love to, take a break and sit and listen to it all. It'd be fun. Hoping that we can. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm hoping that we can attend.
There's the Mandalorian is where I want to.
Yeah, that would be
already
fun,
kind
right?
of if they have one. If I haven't seen the whole thing yet, I haven't had time to look at it. But if they have one, they're starting to. They should have one about the future, where they're like basically where we're at. It's been a couple of years since a celebration or a big announcement or a con, right? So now it's time to let's look at the slate again.
Yeah.
And I want to see that breakdown. And maybe this is the one. This should be the one. There's enough shows going on right now. And if we see Kenobi on that day and it kind of links to things, right? Mm-hmm. In 2 episodes, and you can see where it goes like in the future, you can say, okay, now everything is connected to build this.
Yeah.
Including Kenobi, including Andor, Bad Batch, and all these other ones.
Also, if there's any trailer premieres, right, that there's a reason why they have to give us the first 2 episodes of Kenobi that ties in something that we're going to see in a trailer or something like that. That ties it all in. And
I actually just think the 2 is because he listened to us.
I think, of course.
See, now my question to you guys and to our audience was going to be, what do you think the big trailer reveal is going to be? Because normally we get a movie trailer or something like that. There's no movie in production right now that I'm aware, unless they've been sneaking it by us.
I'm saying Andor. I'll put my money on Andor.
Andor is a logical.
That's the most logical.
And
Bad Batch season 2.
But what are we thinking? Are we thinking they might surprise us with something bigger than Andor and Bad Batch?
I think a montage.
We know those are coming.
Maybe I think a montage of things coming.
Yeah, okay. I wouldn't put it past it on.
Ernie was on.
Yeah, I know.
Ernie knows some shit.
I wouldn't put.
Or
it
he's
past
guessing some shit.
Yeah, that's it.
What you guessing, Ernie?
No, I'm not. I was going to say I'll do my best to try and get you guys in on that panel to sit in the front because I get to introduce Favreau and Filoni.
No, bro, you were pushing. It was coming out, and then you stopped.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'll see. I'll let you guys sit right there. You guys keep joking. Wait till you see me up there.
Yeah,
I have no doubt. No doubt.
Parade wave.
Matt Logic is with me. Andor. I think
it's
Andor
inevitable.
is good. Urban Spidey, welcome. Season 3. I'm thinking either a sizzle reel or a teaser, and a teaser of a character that's going to be in season 3 that we're just going to lose our mind with, right?
I think that's it. An Andor trailer and a sizzle reel of everything combined montage. That's it.
And Cliff is saying Ahsoka. A Ahsoka trailer or a teaser would be really good too. I mean, there's a lot of stuff.
And you know what I'm waiting for is the final reveal of a live action Thrawn. I mean, that would be kind of cool to have a celebration.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Matt Lodge is also saying the secret animation show. Now, there are some rumors that this is that Tales from the Jedi show that they might be working on. It could be animated, could be live action. We saw the logo on their press packet, right? Or the stuff. The Tales from the Jedi is something that they're either toying with. Like I said, either animated would be awesome. That would be a celebration news. I wouldn't put it past them if we got something like that.
I would celebrate. That is still, I'm rereading it. I've read the Tales of the Jedi comic. I don't know, maybe this is the 20th time I've read it. I love that series so much.
Yeah.
And if celebration would be an apt name, I would be dancing on tables if they drop something Tales.
I think
this is the way to worry you at the same time, dude.
What's that?
Isn't that worry you at the same time? But it's something you've read 20 times.
It's something I've read 20 times, but I'm also I am mature enough to understand that adaptations change, things change, and adaptation to live action or animation.
But like the way I can explain Thrawn how he's going to change and adapt, right? As long as they keep him on this kind of path. But what if we're starting scratch from Tales of the Jedi? What if they completely demolish it and just start from scratch and just use the name?
If they just use the name, then just
kind of Marvel-like.
That would kind of suck because I want to see Ulic Eldroma and Exar Kun and all those characters, but
you want to see them pull from the sources and make them new and
No, I think they do that anyway. I'm just with something like that. Something like that going so far back and that's more of a niche, right? Era for They could just completely revamp that.
Rereading it though, and it's been a couple of years since I've read it, and knowing what we know now of the Complete Saga and how things fall, and how the Force works.
Right.
There are certain things that don't work in that old series at all. So it would definitely need to be adapted and updated. But they could do it and not change the heart and soul of the story itself.
That's the important part, the heart and soul of it. And like me with the Old Republic stuff, right? Just as long as it captures some of the key elements in there, you can change characters, you can add characters, you can delete certain ones, but there is a very good pace that you need to keep and a theme going that they can pull from. And if they're smart about it, again, if Filoni has anything to say for it, and I think we're safe, right? I mean, I think he has his input to throw in there and say, no, you even if he's not involved in the project, he could look over his shoulder and say, oh, you can't do that. You know what I mean? Or like this is, you have to do this because they will get it this way or change it,
I wonder if it would come out like Visions did, where they give a different aspect of Tales of the Jedi, or just, I don't know which, I think Chris was saying it. What if they just gave us something completely new and called it Tales of the Jedi,
just titled it
and approached it like Visions, which could be interesting. Tales of the Jedi had also delved into the Tython stuff and the Freedon Nat uprising and
in that point, Tales from the Jedi needs to be canon, I believe. Also, like that would be a check mark for me. You know what I mean? Like adding this era, it needs to like Old Republic. It needs to be. Can't just be a something different or a fun show. No, I think it needs to be brought into let's say canon and stuff. And that's where I think Chris is saying that or expressing that kind of stuff. Like do these characters and do these events, but you got to be mindful of the canon, but also pulling in and what it's going to change in the future and whatnot.
Because there's an awful lot of Force ghosts in that series. I mean, there's a Force ghost on every second page. So
I'm actually going to refresh my memory on that because I actually have some Tales from Jedi comics and stuff, but I don't have it that refreshed in my memory like offhand. You know what I mean? I have to go back and I actually have some Ashcan previews too, like when the Ashcans came out.
Yeah.
But
it's
speaking
funny,
of,
you said there was a bunch of Force ghosts back then. Isn't that a skill you think is odd for somebody to lose? Like even over millions of years, like one skill you're ever going to keep is to be alive forever.
Right.
Yeah. And like, we realize we can commune with the Force, knowing that just 2 million years before, that's what they were doing normally.
They were doing that normally.
4,000. I mean, it's 4,000 years before, but even still, I mean, the way it ties into Yavin 4 and the Massassi temples and Exar Kun's spirit being trapped in the temples, and I mean, they went full on Sith spirits with Freedon Nad and Exar Kun. Yeah, man, it's crazy. If they remove that stuff and based it around, say, here I go building it for him, like what they did with Darth Bane, and they made Darth Bane's spirit attached to was it a holocron or was it holocron. Sith holocron?
Well, his spirit. In Clone Wars,
yeah.
Well, the Sith are very much the Voldemorts, right? They can attach parts of themselves as memories and stuff like that. With the Jedi, I believe they actually have a presence in the Force.
Yeah,
the Force allows them to have a interactive presence where they can influence and they can come and talk to people. I think
that's kind of how it's been.
Yeah,
they haven't really expressed it in canon because remember they were almost made a red Vader. Ghost for TLJ. There was going to be a good and a bad Anakin ghost was the rumor and the plan. So it hasn't been discussed yet.
And that's the Revan story too. So but again, that's the Revan story. Like, and Cliff can back this up that we don't like because that's in something that's completely different than what they started with and everything. But they change it and made it Anakin. I'm all for it. But speaking of Visions. The big rumor today came out was Visions 2, right? I mean, it's all over the place, right?
Yeah.
And what's interesting is, and I don't know how everybody, I mean, I know how we feel about Visions and everything, and the pit let us know also. The interesting is there are several stories in the first one that they're going to continue. Like we even said that.
Yeah.
We said that when we broke down the Visions, the series that was going, like, this would be cool if there was a part 2. Like, absolutely the Duel. The Duel came out with a novel. The Duel, I mean, is going to have the Duel part 2 and that guy's story, the Sith, he's hunting Sith. And I think that would be fantastic to have a couple of those stories to continue on those things. I think would make it a little more depth. I've never had a problem with Visions. It might not be my thing that I watch over and over and again, but having it there, I'm okay with, right? I'm just like, it's there.
Oh, yeah.
Some of it is amazing.
Yeah, like visually, I think it works. In fact, I did watch the Duel not too long ago. I was showing some people, like, hey, check this out. Because I was proud of that, being like a Star Wars content, like, check this out, look how awesome this could be, and to have that continuation, I'm all for it. So that's the big rumor also to hit Celebration as Visions 2.
Just don't try to pull one over my eyes and add I have a bad feeling about this, and I know, and just mention the Force after you've been talking about your mana all episode.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
This is Star Wars now. That's not how that works.
It's just like it's like we talked about it. Don't just stamp it, Tales from a Jedi and call it Tales from a Jedi. Have it mean it, like the bigger picture. And I agree, Chris. I think it's their interpretations of Star Wars and everything, but sometimes it's too far removed from like familiar stuff in the Visions. There was a couple episodes where I'm like, I don't know what this is. Like, just because they have a lightsaber doesn't mean it's,
They didn't even have lightsabers. That's what I'm saying. Those are the ones that bugged me, where it's like you could tell that wasn't supposed to be a lightsaber. You could tell this whole thing would have worked if it was not a Jedi. You just added 3 lines in this entire episode, and I went, oh, I'm supposed to buy this.
Yeah.
Those were the ones that bugged me. Right?
But at the same time,
some fantastic ones.
Like the Ninth Jedi. Was it the Ninth Jedi?
Yeah.
Incredible.
That one.
If that was not continued, I'm going to be so bummed out.
It's happening. That's happening.
Okay, and here I've expressed my same feelings as Chris on that, and I've been yelled at. Like, dude, you don't understand. That was a great episode, blah, blah. And I'm like, wow, okay.
On which one?
Cool. On the one where it wasn't even a Star Wars one with the 4
bride,
lines.
The bride and the other one. Yeah.
And then people are hitting me up like that was my most favorite one. Like, you don't understand. That's what I know. And I'm all
good for you.
Right, that's what I said too. I said,
love it.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I said, I'm just saying, no, I don't get. And then of course everybody always goes to, well, you don't like anime, so you don't
Well,
you don't
those are
get
the
it. I
anime
was like,
fans coming
okay.
into our world.
Yeah.
But that was only
I was
anime.
like-
That wasn't anime Star Wars. I like Star Wars stuff. Period. Right.
So-
if it's anime Star Wars, I'll dig it. But that wasn't Star Wars.
If you love any of those episodes, great.
Good on
I'm
you.
glad. I can't wait for season 2. I hope that they continue the same ones, and maybe a season 3 gives us different.
What about the Elder?
I'd be
Do you
down
think
for
the
that.
Elder will have a sequel?
I like the Elder.
The Elder
a
was
lot.
right.
Yeah.
It's good.
I know.
That one, it's good as a one-off. You know what I mean? Like there is some backstory to delve into, but I think it was great as a one-off. You know, the two that I would
since we
love
saw
is,
the end.
Yeah. The two that I love, of course, it's the Duel and the Ninth Jedi. Those two right there are the ones that I want to see. You know, more expansion on it, and
I like Lost Nocho too, but I don't know if that one needs to be expanded. I thought that one was fun. That one was good, but I don't think that one needs to continue.
Yeah. And like I'll back Ernie up on this too. Like, you know, I appreciate anime all the time. I don't go out of my way to watch it and stuff. So when it comes into my world, right? Our world, Star Wars, and we have our stamped pieces and the way we do things and the way we talk and all that stuff. And for someone to come to our world and say, you just don't like this or that, and it's like, you came into my house. You know what I mean? Like you know, we didn't come to your house and say,
Look at Mooch building a wall.
Yeah. You know, it's like, wait a second here. You guys came to us on this. This is not something we asked for, and it was. But you know, again, I think there's room for it, and
yeah, there is. Just do it. Just big as Star Wars. All I'm saying. It's all I'm saying. It can be here. Just don't half-ass it.
And we kind of expected a Vision season 2. You know, when it dropped, we were kind of like, this is something that they could go with, and not just the Japanese animation studios that are doing this. We thought it would be very cool to have, you know, go around the world, right? Like go down to like South America and their animation studios. Go to, you know, I was gonna say Russia, but I mean too soon. Sorry, but but they got some great artists out there too, you know. So, but have different takes on the Star Wars stuff and different animations, not just always Japanese animation, right? So that would be cool too, to have a revolving, stylized things throughout the world. You know, a real small world, if you will, of Star Wars.
Yeah, okay. All right, so on that note, guys, it was fun. If you want to add to our Patreon list.
Patreons is
what was the song that they were singing in High Republic, where it was basically a small world in the High Republic?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to even try.
It's a small world exists in Star Wars, which is scary.
Yeah.
Well, Cliff is saying just no more episodes that feel like kid video again. Yeah, that are you talking? He's probably talking about the Boba Fett, the Boba Fett one. The second one, there was he was in a band and everything.
That one was. I didn't like the twins, the one with the twins where they're riding Star Destroyers in space without. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
See, and I was halfway okay with that one. I just because I understood how anime is so out of control. Because I watch what my boy watches it, you know, and I can see it. So I'm like, all right, I kind of get that, and I kind of get. What I liked was the play on the twins being Imperial.
Right.
I like that part, right, where that was going. Not necessarily I'm flying through space and taking out Star Destroyers with my laser sword, right?
But you're worried about the physics involved in that show, not the.
I wasn't too worried about the physics. I liked the concept of what was going on. In
gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't.
No,
yeah.
It was kind of cool, like Luke and Leia being like they're the two in their empire, right? It was kind of like that. I think that's the person who wrote it.
That's why I dug that
concept. Yeah.
Like I said, not everything for everybody. You know, there you go.
That's funny.
Yeah, and if there was not a season 2, I'd have been okay.
Yeah, and that's where I was getting at. It's like when I was watching those rumors, I was just kind of like, okay, next. You know how like perfect example is toy reveals, right? Sometimes they give you the ones that people are just gonna like flip the page first, and then the big reveals at the end. So when like Visions 2 comes, I'm like, you know, like at first I'm like, oh man, I want, you know, where's like the, you know, episode 10, you know, and I'm not saying that's what I want. I'm just saying like something is that reveals
that's pretty big,
you know?
dude. It's like, what do you? Episode 10 would be like the biggest thing. He's on something like that. There's nothing like that.
I'm not saying episode 10. I'm saying a an announcement that would get us, riled up. And like,
can you imagine that
Waititi's
crap if that was at Celebration?
Episode we're doing
come Saturday, like, and a title reveal.
Yeah,
get out of here.
Like, it's just the
Oops,
X.
we did it again.
Right? Yeah. Imagine it's just the X and a title, and everybody would just lose their freaking mind.
Oh yeah.
They've already used that poster.
The what?
That was for
The
Malcolm
10?
X and the XFL. I've already seen this on
Not
the
in the yellow type. Not in the yellow type.
I was just gonna say that. As soon as you see it in yellow
type. Oh,
it's all different.
Yeah. Summer 2025.
Yellow outline. Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, that would be, that would be amazing. Actually.
This time we promise Palpatine is not involved.
No, somehow. That's the title.
Somehow.
10. Somehow.
I'm sorry, Scott. He's
later.
going to be the one to reveal it then too.
Right?
Yeah. That's it.
Oh hell.
Yeah, that's it.
And it would be oh hell, and at the same time, okay.
Yeah. Gio the Hutt saying he would like some what if type episodes in Visions 2. Yeah, I think so. I think that'd be cool.
We get into alternate universes there though, and
but they kind of are what ifs, aren't they?
No, well,
pretty much.
This is no.
Or is he
Visions
talking
is
like?
Yeah.
Well, there
like
used to
an
be like
actual-
Star Wars Visionaries, where it was a what if story.
That's the what if, right.
Yeah, that's
This is like this guy's interpretation of Star Wars.
I'd be down with it because they're not meant to be canon. So
no, the Twitterverse can't handle it. The Star Wars
they can't. No,
they can't deal with multiverse type stuff and what ifs, and it needs to stay the hell away, please.
Miss Sunflower says, "Do you think we'll get sequel trilogy show announcements?" And I've always said that Slate was missing that aspect of like the sequel stuff, like going into the. I mean, I know like the Mando stuff is building us up the sequels, but where are the Finn, Poe, Rey, that era, if we even need it? Because Resistance, that era is tough. It's tough, but.
It's tough because it took place during like a month. I think there was a year between episodes, 7 or 8 and 9, but it would have to be building up to it.
Yeah,
I think something's going on here, and they're going to have a show, and something's popping.
And I agree, Chris. I think it's timing, right?
Yeah,
it's timing to the point because again, I think Disney knows this, Lucasfilm knows this. Sequel stuff is a very controversial. Stuff
contentious.
It's very. It's very volatile at this point. But if they introduce something, like I said, between the shows that we're getting, and it's going to be like, oh my god, that would be amazing because that means the sequels did this, or Rey's family, like I said, Ochi and all that stuff, and then we get that type of show. I think that's where it's going to be accepted. They have to build it up first. You know what I mean? They can't just throw us into a sequel type stuff because I think that the fans have had enough of that right now, and they
give it some time to marinate.
Yeah, well, Daisy Ridley's been kind of busy. Like, she went back on Instagram. She immediately started following all the right people, Star Wars and all her co-stars and everyone. Yeah. She had lunch recently with Kathleen Kennedy. All sorts of stuff where she had talked about it. She had an interview where she said she would still love to be Rey. She's known as Rey and she embraces it. So something's going on.
Gio the Hutt wants a Poe Dameron show, and I'm down with more Moon Knight. That's cool.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm gonna say. That's not gonna happen because of Moon Knight.
Yeah,
I think he's like done with us. He's all Marvel now.
He's done.
So I did want to bring that up tonight to segue from yours, Chris. I've seen that, and then at the same time, what in the hell is up with Mark Hamill trending? And he was trending yesterday and the day before on Twitter, and he's fully been back on everything. And he just keeps saying hi to everybody. He said hi to Star Wars. He has said hi to Disney. All these people are acknowledging him. Like I'm saying, so much that he's actually trending. What's that all about?
Yeah, something's going on there too. And you know what? Star Wars itself has been very responsive to people lately. Like really. So it's ready to pop next month. Do you
think it's just because Celebration is coming up and it's a big build up to this huge event, or
that it's got to be that, and the timing. Like I said, timing is everything.
But for them, you would think Ewan McGregor would be the hot ticket right now with Obi-Wan, and it's not. It's Rey and it's Hamill. To be trending right now with everything that's going on in this world and all these different stuff. Like, I know it's the stupidest stuff sometimes that get trending, but he's been for 2 days now. And it's just because he's saying hello and hi. So that's what
Mark Hamill knows how to stay relevant.
Well, he finally got his name back. Right. Okay, Matt.
Oh,
Matt
you're right. You're right.
He did. And
what was wrong with his name? Did I miss something?
He had to put the real Mark Hamill for the longest time. Now he's just Mark Hamill.
Gotcha, he finally got it. But
good for him.
It's more than that, though, because it's been a lot. Like I said, the whole Disney thing, Star Wars thing, you know, all these actors talking about him. Like, it just feels really weird. And then on that side note was the Rey thing. Oh, she activated her accounts again. Oh, she's back. She's saying hello. I don't know. I find it strange because if we were trying to go off of the whole line talk conspiracy theory of, well, it's just Celebration, then you would think right now that would be Obi-Wan. Ewan McGregor would be the whole talk.
And he actually tweeted to Daisy Ridley, hello, for no particular reason, 2 days after her birthday. Don't get me wrong, it was her birthday 2 days, but it didn't say happy birthday or anything. It was off the days. But it said, hey, and it's all in this recent span of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so
it's like read between the lines there, right? It's almost like that kind of stuff what Ernie was saying. It's like he's right. After she was off all socials, now she's back on, and she's been in movies, so it's not like, you know, that she's been not in the area.
Right.
It's just that Star Wars, like what Miss Sunflower was saying about the sequel shows. That's one thing I noticed that was missing in the slate, and it's been missing for a long time. And I've always said, and Cliff made a good point too. I'll highlight his comment here. He said, to make the sequels more appreciated, they have to have more shows to flesh it out, much like Clone Wars, Rebels, The Bad Batch. Agreed. It really helped to improve the prequels. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they did the same thing with Clone Wars. It was about the same gap, right? When did Clone Wars, the actual Clone Wars, not the shorts?
2008, I want to say. So it was
so 5 years after.
Years. Yeah.
Well, but I mean, then to that, we just barely got season 7 to round it all out right now. I mean, so it takes that long. Do you get what I'm saying? So Mando and Ahsoka and anything that's coming in between, I feel let it happen to make the sequels look different to us and to do that job. Yeah. Like, I feel we could wait.
So do we think, because I mean, we did have Resistance in the middle, and Resistance didn't, it didn't do anything. It didn't do anything. If they were to come up with an animated show, do we think it would be another build up to the sequels, or do we think it would be continuing past and taking out the remnants of the First Order that escaped Exegol or that are out there in the universe?
I think the smart move would be the build up to it.
Oh, see, I see opposite.
I'm on the opposite.
It has to be because to me, I'm thinking Exegol, First Order, New Republic. This is the stuff that we were just kind of like thrust like.
But I think we're getting there. Getting there.
Yeah, but we're getting there. 25 years before, but now, like I said, with Exegol is important. First Order.
They're not going to have conflict. Their first conflict was right there. We saw the first conflict.
I would love
an First Order started.
Yeah, I would love an animated series of Kylo and the Knights of Ren.
That part,
that would be incredible.
Okay, there you go.
I would
perfect
those
example.
Characters out. Yeah,
and I think that's kind of reinforced in my head right now. Just reinforces my like I said, the conflict isn't there, and I get that. It's but it's that buildup, it's that shadow presence, it's that thing that's telling the audience this is happening. Maybe not in full details, but it's like, if we're following the Knights of Ren story and maybe Luke's downfall too, the Jedi Academy and the stuff like that. When Kylo took off and joined the Knights of Ren and destroyed the temple and took the remaining Padawans are there and did these things, we got it. I think there's story there, there's fleshing out there, and there's also and also but also the First Order. Here's the reason why I'm thinking the Resistance has Leia and Poe and all these people. There has, Leia's the one who says there's something else out there, something else going on. We need an army. We need stuff. And New Republic is like, no, it's all over. We're all good. We there's nothing to see here. And I think that's where that buildup of there could be some conflicts, but not confirmation yet. You know what I mean? Like Wedge Antilles in the Aftermath series. Like he went and found, remember he found the fleet that was out there and trying to report it back, and there's something else, like they're not gone.
Well, that Carson Teva in the Mandalorian, I mean, he knows that something is going on out there. So
Leia knows Snoke. Leia knows Snoke. Snoke is this big thing. I mean, this whole thing could be like Snoke is this presence, but there's something fishy going on behind him, and Leia figures it out and tries to go to the New Republic, and they don't believe her. And there's the Force; she has to form the Resistance. You know what I mean? Like that was a big plot conflict.
I think to Scott's point, we're going to have to get there from where we're at now, from the Mandalorian forward. We can't do an animated show now coming backwards. The animated show has to be forward. It has to be anything right now sequels to a specific sequel with Rey and Poe and all these people have to be after the fact. Whatever.
With Rey, I agree. Yes.
Yeah, but for the
Poe has a lot of backstory.
And it can all connect soon. But I think we got to get through this Mandalorian piece completely because that's going to set up. And I think this could be like a 8 or 9, 10-year sting, right? Like maybe not in our time, but in movie time, right? This big event and. We got to get through that so they can see what to do next with the other stuff, to follow the school and all that.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I say make a Knights of Ren animation. It builds up Kylo. Awesome, he's still in the parks. It would build up him menacing like that. Not Ben Solo as we ended with but you could make them just out hunting, out doing stuff like a side story that really doesn't matter of what's going on right now, Mando, or what they're trying to connect. You could just show him being a badass. With the Knights of Ren, or even each episode, like really singling out one of the Knights of Ren.
Well, like
there was
comment here, right? Like,
I feel like that could happen throughout this Mandalorian piece. Like I said, it's going to take 8 or 9 years in canon, right? But so that animation comes alongside of it, like you're saying, right? The Knights of Ren going. This is Luke's school. We've seen the beginning of the school.
Yeah, we have
already, right? So we can see Grogu had been there and all this stuff. We're going to see that throughout this. This event thing going on, and at the end we see that fall, and that kind of breaks it off into here goes Luke running one way, and now we have kind of all this happens. Maybe even the some of the stories that go on in some of the books happen in the background.
Well, bring the Kylo Ren comic to fruition in either like the animated or
that's the problem right there. Do you think they do that now? Because they did cover it in comics. Has Star Wars really ever done? Besides taking something and making a comic adaptation and making it clear,
they've never gone the other way.
They've never ever done the other way. As far as adapting a story, they brought characters, but we've never. Well,
that's what I mean. The I forgot what Scott maybe can help me out here. The guy who approached Kylo as the leader of the Knights of Ren, right?
Ren,
that could be something where if say we had the events leading up, and again, I do want to see more of Kylo Ren's involvement in his downfall and stuff, and his visions, and Snoke getting to him, and becoming like after he left, and Ren coming up to him, and I guess how he got the saber to made him the knight, the leader and stuff. That stuff is all prequel stuff or prequel to the sequels, and that's more interesting to me than Rey's adventures moving forward.
They could even do because we saw in the flashbacks in The Last Jedi what happened, and we saw the broad strokes. We didn't see the fine details, but we did see the broad strokes, and we could start a TV series with that moment, with him ending Luke's Jedi Order, and then just taking off from, I think Chris just said it a second ago, him rampaging across the galaxy, doing his thing with the Knights of Ren. We could have flashbacks to the actual Christian Slater voiced Ren character from the Lego series. We could have Christian Slater reprise his role as Ren and figure out some little details about that in the background. I could see a show like that carrying on at the same time as the Mandalorian buildup and not really having much influence on it. I have to.
I guess I worry too much about time frames, right? And I shouldn't. Being that Bad Batch and Mandalorian are as far apart as we could really be in this time, right?
Right.
So it's
I mean, it is simultaneously two things going on.
You've got the end of two different eras going.
You really do, man. Like,
and they're going to somehow link and they're going to link to the beginning of the other era. So I shouldn't even worry about it, honestly.
Plus, it's Star Wars, man. Everything is told all cattywampus anyway. It's all out of order.
See, and I just worry marketing-wise. That's how I'm thinking. I'm always worried about how is the regular fan going to see this, understand it, and how much explaining am I going to have to do to Fuggles, right?
What they see as far as marketing goes, they see that name right there, and they know it will sell. So, and yes, it's still in cellophane.
And I think
because it will sell.
Still in wrapper, cellophane.
But also, Chris, I think that was Disney's ultimate plan. I think they had this big book that laid it down on the table and said, look, here's episodes 7, 8, 9 right here. And then we got all these adventures that happen with Rey and BB-8 and Finn and Poe, all these things that happen. And then What happened was,
I think that's really cute that you think there was a plan anywhere in any of this. I just want to say that's cute because they didn't have a plan for the trilogy itself.
I didn't say story,
and
plan.
you think they have a plan.
Like we're gonna create these brand new characters, and we're gonna have all new Star Wars. I think that went out the window as soon as Last Jedi hit the theaters.
Yeah.
And I think they had to go on emergency mode, and that's when Mandalorian was created and all these things, and Favreau and all these people had to come in and kind of bring us back to the era everybody's familiar with. Now, maybe they bring those back in the archive and say, like I said, timing, and you're saying maybe content should go beyond the sequel or, that Rey moving forward. And maybe they have that where they have those ideas of we have these adventures of Rey, we have these adventures of Finn and Poe and BB-8, and that no legacy characters at all. Now we have Grogu, so.
Well, Chewie's still around, and the droids.
Yeah. It's dull without it's
not
misplaced in that era to me. Like Chewie and the droids do not give me enough to, you know what I mean? It's hard to have emotional ties to the new characters surrounding those lovable ones.
Yeah.
And that's always been a problem. And again, yes, Star Wars for kids, but guess what? The kids grew up. Here we are. We're the kids now. So maybe change your plan and stop saying Star Wars is for kids, because
it worked.
Exactly. I mean,
good point. It worked just as planned.
It's just exactly. But
45 years later, with our toys.
Exactly, we are those kids. I mean, look at us. I mean, geez.
Little grayer, little taller, but we're still those kids.
Point.
But we're still talking about the movies from 1977. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So,
all right, win.
Freddie Prinze Jr. You need to restructure your talk. That's
the one thing that scares me right now about Disney's direction with Star Wars right now is are they really aiming for us, or are they aiming for the kids with the new stuff they're coming out with?
They're trying to really reach wide, whereas before I don't think it was as wide. Obviously, right? The things they're fixing now and they're overcompensating for is because we were the driving factor in the buying before. Right? Yeah. Now they're trying to widen the market, and I get that. And that's so you're going to get things like the Mandalorian that hit really everybody. That's all we need is stuff like that, and they can hit everybody. But then they hit other stuff to hit other markets, and that's totally fine. They have kids things. Did you see the new kids stuff on YouTube and the toys that came out? The Star Wars babies.
Yes.
Oh yeah. If I don't get me a Jawa. I'm going to get a Jawa.
Monique showed me that today.
Baby Rodian.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to go off on a tangent. But they have things for every age now and everything. So it's not...
Yeah.
I think the aim is pretty wide.
Yeah. She's saying maybe we'll hear again about Rian Johnson's trilogy. Yeah, there's a lot of projects that were announced a long time ago that we just... for years we haven't even seen. And I think Disney likes to do these things where it's just out of sight, out of mind. No one's talking about it. It goes away silently.
I bet they changed him to a series, and that's what Ray's dealing with.
Could be.
Yeah. Rian Johnson also, he's working on Knives Out 2. I think he finished Knives Out 2, and he just got another movie
keep him busy. Keep him busy.
Yeah, he's busy on other projects, so I don't even know if he has time to work on Star Wars.
No, do this one first. Don't forget about the Star Wars one. Do this one first.
I swear I feel like he mentioned his slate of things he had coming up, and Star Wars was third on it. And I was like, what? So
just like the Wonder Woman girl, the director.
Yeah, but then she came back.
I'm not going to do Cleopatra. And no, please do Cleopatra. Make it like a Gone with the Wind series. Make it 5 years epic in the making. Just stay away from Star Wars.
See, now I think never mind. Her problem was the studio getting involved and really messing with her film in that last one.
I didn't even like the first one.
I did. I loved the first one.
Not to the point where I liked it, but not to the point where I would buy it and rewatch it. You know what I mean?
Not to the degree it was
right. I enjoyed it. But I did not love it.
It still suffered from the the trash in the sky villain, big bad at the end. But
it's a Wonder Woman story. It's nothing groundbreaking. Also, so it's in our minds, it's something like you're not telling us anything new here either. Yes, we get to see certain things, but it's hard to
That's every superhero story. It's like every Superman movie, every Batman movie, but yet it's done. It's done right.
Yeah, like the last Batman movie, it was done right. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of.
I went off the track. I didn't even know to jump in or not. I was like, I'm just gonna let it go because it's gonna go for like 20 minutes. So I said.
But I do want to wind down. I do want to wind down the talk again with another trivia question. You guys ready?
Oh hell, not tonight.
All right, this is for. I'm gonna say this is for everybody. But us in the give the chat about 20 seconds to respond here. Okay.
20
All right.
seconds.
Where was Luke?
Sorry.
My goodness. Where was Luke and Leia born? Where were they born?
Oh man.
Name of the planet, if you will.
Polis Massa.
Yeah, was that 20 seconds, Scott?
It was close enough.
That was like 5.
Hey, nobody else was answering. I'm sorry.
Because everybody else was paying attention.
I have never had an opportunity to play trivia with you guys on before, okay?
That's
I'm like on battery saver right now, so everything's coming at me like super slow. So you didn't even give me a chance to even think about that.
Sorry.
Marco, give answer to that was.
I wouldn't have had it. You were free to go. You were good.
I got
for me.
Yeah, so Polis Massa, yes, correct, Scott. Now, here's another one.
Okay, I'll shut up.
Okay, just again, give the chat a couple of seconds.
Okay.
What color lightsaber that Rey wields? What color doesn't she wield throughout the entire thing? And I'll give you a multiple choice. What color doesn't she wield?
Well, it's
red, green, blue, or yellow.
Who repeat?
Obviously, the choices.
No, it's not.
Rey.
Who
Rey?
Which color does she not wield?
Yeah.
Besides purple. That's why you get multiple choice. Damn it.
Yeah.
That's why. Exactly.
There we go. Miss Sunflower got it.
Actually,
Mando
Mike actually got it first, but
Mando Mike popped up here.
Yeah, green was not was the color she did not wield. Blue, it was her saber the whole time. Red was in the flashbacks, and yellow at the end.
Flashbacks and whenever she grabbed
Kylo Ren.
Yeah, and Kylo Ren's. Yeah. So again, just a refresh, just a warm up to what's coming for us. For May 4th, and trivia is always fun again. Like I said. But yeah, guys,
come on, give us one more.
I don't have another
go
one.
all night long.
I just wrote down 3 of them.
All right.
I know. Hey, that's what you're going to expect for our May 4th, right? So tune in. Make sure you like and share and subscribe and hit that bell and get all that good stuff. So, but on that note, I do want to say thank you so much for the pit to be live tonight. With not a lot going on with Star Wars, we made a lot going on. Because there is a lot of discussion being made about current events, Star Wars ones and announced shows and all these good things. And the build up to Celebration is just as fun to me as Celebration itself. So when we do hear any news from panels to lottery systems to even exclusive merchandising stuff, we will be posting that. Of course, we'll be talking about it here on our show, but we'll also be posting that stuff on our Facebook Star Wars Central page too. So if you guys don't have anything, I'm going to kick it over to Ernie and to get us out of here.
Are we going to have buzzers to hit the answer?
I don't know. We'll make it very interesting. Very interesting. We're going to
don't overpromise. Don't overpromise.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. Interesting, and sometimes interesting can be very disappointing.
We weren't doing that. We were going to get whiteboards.
Yeah.
And then just put it up and see what happens.
We'll do something like that.
Yeah.
But
I still like the buzzer idea though too.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, something.
Nice,
cool.
Nice. All right, guys. Well,
that too.
Let's get out of here. Ernie, why don't you take us out of here?
Yes, thank you guys very much for being here tonight, everybody in the pit. Those watching behind the scenes, you can always jump in, say hello, say what's up, whatever it is, a question, an answer, your own opinion on stuff. That's what the pit's all about, is being interactive into the show. So thank you guys for being here. The biggest thing we can ask, though, is you hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you're new, and hit the bell for notifications, and hit all. And this way you don't miss when our content drops. We are always on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. or our reviews, behind the scenes stuff on that Patreon. That link's down there too. where you can see all those extra videos and like that. Don't forget our TikTok, our Twitter, our Instagram, and Facebook for the Sarlacc Digest Central with Star Wars talk all the time. You can follow each of us here on our respective social media as Darth Moocher, the artist Scott Solo, Bootleg Joe 760, Darth Dad. Oh, man, I always forget
7-7.
It is 7-7, right? Darth Dad 77. But catch him on Twitter. Chris is rocking the Twitter over there. And still very proud of Chris not fighting with anybody for quite a while. So that's good. It's good.
When I get quiet, it's because I was close.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm waiting for it to happen. It's almost there.
Yeah,
but still.
I deleted a few tweets.
And then don't forget our TikTok. That's running strong over there. And tonight's show is being sponsored by Tashi Station Emporium for all your figure stand needs. They are great. They handle very well. There's more stuff up on the site. Awesome. Tashi Station Emporium right now. Use the code Sarlacc Digest Podcast to receive a smile, a handshake if we ever meet us at Celebration. That's and right. How much off?
10% off your entire 10%
purchase. Off your entire purchase. Once again, use that code. Go tell your friends about it. Great figure stands and much more coming out. And we thank you guys all for being here. We'll see you next week.
Look at that. That's funny. The High Desert Homeboys deliver another great show. Thanks, Matt Logic.
So you better be at our May 4th event.
That's right.
And yes, with that, Adam. I'm going to leave you with...
Keep it nerdy, everybody. Yes. Boba Fett. Oh, look at that.